Respect for Oakland, offensively without question. And anytime you're bringing in somebody like Travis Bader that shoots the way that he does and is the returning leader in the country, gets 11 attempts a game, shoots the percentage that he shoots, plus the fact that Basinger is such a good shooter, our guys really wanted to do a great job defensively, and I thought they did. I thought our defense stayed really good throughout the game. One thing that stands out to me, statistic-wise, is obviously Evans' 26 points is big, but to me, personally, as good as that is, the 13 deflections that he got are equally as good. We had 56 deflections on a night that the other team didn't play extremely fast and held them to the 32% and the 20% from three, and our guys are really committed to playing great three-point line defense. Sometimes we struggled a little bit around the post because we didn't bring double teams to it, but we just were committed to making it really, really hard for Bader and Basinger. And the fact that they got 5 points in the second half and that Travis didn't get a three, I think is a game within the game for us tonight, because we've got to continue to learn how important those things are. And you've got to have that commitment level to getting things done inside the game, especially when you get up like we did, and you just continue to play and continue to have a focus. And young guys, a lot of times, they lose that focus real quick. So that's where the game within the game really becomes important. But we rebounded the ball at a pretty good rate. We played some guys extended minutes tonight to see where they were at on that. And always room for improvement. We were doing such a good job of taking care of the ball, and we got sloppy late, and that's something that we've got to continue to correct. But for the most part, we played a really good game. I thought Yogi played time and score with Yogi after he got the second foul, and he came back in and did an excellent job, and in the second half did a fantastic job. The fact that Will got 8 rebounds, Jeremy got 10, Noah got 10, that was really impressive. Troy was fantastic, played really hard the entire game. Got more numbers in the first half than the second half, but I thought he played extremely hard the whole game. And then certainly to see the way Evan is playing with confidence and shooting the ball with confidence is a big step for us.
Zach?
Just what's allowed him to be not just scoring, but I think he's missed 4 shots in his last 2 games. What's allowed him to be so efficient shooting the ball?
Well, I think it's the defense, and I know that sounds trite, but it's true. He 13 deflections tonight. He's got big assignments defensively, and the challenge to the upperclassmen coming out of Syracuse was huge. That we let an opportunity slide by, leadership-wise. I think guys like he and Will have taken that to heart to a degree of really trying to do more. But I mean, Evan is in the gym more. He's in the gym with Tim Buckley quite a bit, and I made that point the other day. And that's really important. And I've said this before, but when Evan came, one of our big points to him was that we thought there was a lot more that he could get better at, and that he could improve in a lot of areas, and he's doing that. And I think he's starting to see that. So hopefully that confidence continues, and it will if he continues to spend that extra time in the gym, I have no doubt. And it will definitely continue if he continues to play defense the way that he is.
Terry?
Tom, you talked about Troy, but just how important is confidence to his game at this point?
Well, I thought he made his first 3, right? Did the first one go in? I think
Yes, first 3.
I thought that was important, because he was struggling with confidence the other night. There's no doubt about that. He's young, he's playing hard, and it'd be so different if he wasn't playing hard, but he was, and it just becomes, we have high expectations for him. He sits in here, and I never compare his game per se to Victor's, but we do compare the efficiency stats. We do compare the hustle stats to Victor's, because it's basically the position that he's playing. So learned a long time ago not to compare player to player in this, because they're all different, especially when somebody's done what Victor's done. You don't want to put that on somebody, but there are standards for the position. And I think the more I coach, the more I learn, those are more important than anything else. Can you help guys understand what the standard of that position is? And you try to recruit to that, and you'll make exceptions if they bring so many other things to the table, but on your team, you want to keep pushing that. And for us, it goes a step deeper because of how important the hustle stats are to us, and the deflections and the post feeds and the shot challenges and the offensive rebound attempts and all those things. It's all effort related. So it was nice to see Troy get that, get that breakout offensive game like that. And again, Will didn't get a lot of points, but the 8 rebounds and the job he did defensively, that was huge. Those are the things that we need. The offense will come for guys. It's when they're putting their effort and concentration into so many other areas that really make a difference for us.
Okay.
How important was it for you guys not only defend the three-point line well, but also then get back and control the glass as well as you did?
Well, those were the 2 keys to the game. Because we felt like if we could rebound, we could run. And anytime you have a team that's averaging the amount of threes that they are, and the attempts and the makes, especially between the 2 of them, and they can get themselves back in the game at any point. So there's no relaxing in that game. And they've been in some real fights. I mean, they were in Gonzaga, Cal. I mean, Ohio U is a really good team, and they played very well against them the other night. So they were coming in with confidence. And again, it's just there's some high-level guys out there that can make shots. And we wanted to do a really good job of that. And then there's no question that as the head coach of the program, as good as our rebound numbers are, I don't think they're close to where they could be. And I did some substituting for guys tonight that didn't go. And we're not looking for them to go to the glass most of the time. We're looking for them to be on the boards all of the time. And big dose. I mean, you lose a dose of that tonight with Devin because he's just grading out as high as anybody when it comes to how he rebounds and when it comes to his deflections. And certainly with the rebound per minute, I mean, he's doing a fantastic job. So we're missing that. So you're already concerned about that going in. But everybody on the team can rebound the ball better. Some guys really accepted that challenge tonight.
How essential is it for the efficiency of your offense, especially inside, to have that second perimeter threat that the defense really has to lock down?
Well, I think it's important, but it's going to have to be more than that. In this league, there's no doubt about that. I mean, you can't. The teams are too good. If they don't feel you can make shots, we lived that for 3 years here. I mean, and it's really, really hard to find things that work offensively when the other team knows that somebody can't shoot, okay, or is not making shots. But again, I've not been too worked up about that because when you see guys' numbers rise like we've had in this program, and Victor comes to mind, but Christian Watford is a huge one because he was a 32% shooter as a sophomore and ended up in the mid to high 40s the rest of the way. I mean, those things, it's not just the Jordan Halls and guys like that that can really shoot and that could always shoot. It's the guys that get so much better. So we feel like that's going to happen. But again, we've also had some guys in here that this time of year were shooting great from the field and didn't work as hard. And then all of a sudden those numbers go down. If you want your game to expand, your work ethic's got to expand. Your time in the gym's got to expand. And as long as that's continuing to happen, I feel good about where our offense is going to go. And we'll have more and more guys that can make those shots.
Dustin?
Just what worked as well as it did against Vader, and what did you guys come in trying to do, and what
We switched a
executed
lot.
as well?
We switched a lot. I mean, it was that's one of the things that we really recruited this team to be a team like that. They could do a lot of switching. And I used to talk about with Rick the conversations with Denny Crum and playing against those teams. And if you have your optimum way to play, you have a lot of switchable guys. And I mean, that's what made Louisville so successful for so many years with Coach Crum. Well, we've been able to, when you're here, you should be able to recruit a lot of versatile guys if that's what you choose to do. But at the same time, you got to force guys that aren't so comfortable with that to get to that point. We didn't want to switch with Noah and Luke as much tonight. Bader got a foul at the end of the half because Noah decided to switch with Will. We're still growing in that area. But when you can switch the way our guards and wings and forwards can right now, that's a real plus, and it's got to become a real strength for us because what it does is it lets you determine as they get smarter here because they understand the game better and understand what we're trying to do. Some nights you're switching, sometimes you're not. Sometimes you're flowing into a zone, sometimes you're not. We'll get so much more well-versed. I mean, we're going to get so much better with our defense as time goes on of being able to try to game plan and take things out. And there's a lot of things for us to add defensively that will bring pressure to the game that we're just really still trying to get our true non-negotiables in. That when we switch, we've got to switch with a purpose, not switch passively, but switch aggressively, switch up, not back, switch to take away, not to be comfortable. And that helped us tonight big time. We're very cognizant of where he was at.
Alex?
Jeremy had 10 rebounds tonight. I think that tied a team high. 4 assists was a team high. Just talk a little bit about kind kind of his play tonight and how important it is for him to contribute in those
We
areas?
expect a lot out of him. I mean, again, there's the standards of the position. And again, it's not comparing him. Jeremy wants to be really, really good. I mean, there's not a doubt in my mind that he wants to be a great player. And what we're trying to help him get to is to understand the completeness that comes with that. And I thought he defended well tonight. And I thought that's where the rebounding came. But again, we got to get him to the foul line. We can't have games where he's not getting free throw attempts. He's too good a free throw shooter. But again, he's putting bits and pieces in there of what he's capable of. And I'd be shocked if it doesn't come together here fairly soon for him. But the competition level is going to continue to rise too. We all know that as we get into league play. And that's why his level's got to continue to raise. He's got to handle the ball better. He's got to make better decisions. He's got to get lower constantly, not just lower when he's fresh, but lower. And that's where all those things that we're trying to get accomplished in practice are so important. And that keeps keeps us moving the needle, so to speak, of why every drill we're doing has a value. It's not just a drill we do to kill time. It's a drill that really has a value. And a guy like Jeremy has got to continue to grow in that because he's growing in so many other areas.
Zach?
So jumping back to Evan for a second, you talked about this a little bit with Will when he was a sixth man. Do you feel like there's some advantage for him, especially being a veteran player, coming off the bench, as efficient as he's been the last couple nights? I mean, does he push it all to think about changing the starting lineup?
No, I don't. I'm not anything. It really hasn't anything I've really factored in. I mean, I changed the starting lineup 2 weeks ago at walkthrough, with putting Jeff Howard in. And that really doesn't impact my thinking a lot. I think this team matchups do. It's so much about quality of play.